At first glance, the website calling itself TopStormGain presents a polished and confident facade, claiming to be a modern investment platform built on advanced blockchain technologies and offering effortless trading opportunities. Yet, as soon as one moves beyond the marketing language, it becomes clear that this project has none of the qualities of a legitimate broker and instead exhibits all the hallmarks of a deceptive investment scheme designed to lure inexperienced users into financial traps. The site looks professional, but its promises of guaranteed returns and innovative tools are not supported by any verifiable corporate information, licensed status, or meaningful transparency. Everything is built on vague talk of digital growth and supposed breakthroughs in crowdfunding and blockchain efficiency, while the actual structure behind the platform remains hidden from public scrutiny. The account registration process takes less than a minute and requires only a name and email address, after which the user is immediately pushed toward depositing funds. Such an approach contradicts the mandatory procedures that authentic brokers must follow, including proper verification of identity and compliance with financial regulations. The domain itself was created anonymously, hosted offshore, and registered in the 24th year of the century, which is a pattern frequently seen among temporary fraudulent platforms. These sites are designed for quick launches, aggressive promotion, and just as quick disappearance once complaints grow or regulators step in. TopStormGain claims access to cryptocurrency trading, CFDs, and high-leverage operations, advertising leverage as high as a ratio of 1 to 100. At the same time, it provides no clarity about liquidity providers, segregated accounts, storage of client funds, or the legal entity responsible for operations. Legitimate brokers are required to provide detailed risk disclosures and must warn clients that trading profits are never guaranteed. Here, the opposite is true. The site speaks of stability, predictability, and secure returns, using language that appeals to emotions rather than presenting factual data. This kind of tone has long been associated with investment fraud, where marketing is used to distract from the absence of licensing. The trading terminal described as the company's own web trader is almost certainly an inexpensive white-label platform that can be manipulated on the server side. These tools allow scammers to display fabricated profits, simulate successful trades, and encourage investors to continue adding money. When a user later requests a withdrawal, issues begin immediately. Accounts are frozen, support stops responding, or demands appear for supposed additional commission payments or even made-up taxes. None of these payments are legitimate. They are common methods used by fraudulent brokers to extract the last possible sums before cutting communication entirely. Clients report that once they made a first deposit, new so-called managers contacted them insistently, offering guidance, promising quick growth, and urging them to increase their investment. Attempts to decline were met with psychological pressure, while requests for withdrawals resulted in blocked access. The use of cryptocurrency for deposits makes the situation even more precarious, since such transactions are irreversible and impossible to dispute. Many users only realize the deception after losing their entire deposits and failing to receive any response from the company. The most critical finding is the complete absence of regulatory oversight. A search through major international registries confirms that TopStormGain does not appear in any official database, meaning it does not have a trading license nor the legal right to offer investment services. Furthermore, financial authorities have already issued warnings. The Central Bank of Russia placed the project on its list of organizations displaying signs of a financial pyramid, which signals that experts have identified risks consistent with fraudulent activity. When a regulator publicly warns about a service, continuing to invest becomes an outright danger. Online reviews reinforce this conclusion. Users write about accounts being locked, balances disappearing, and customer service vanishing the moment withdrawal requests are submitted. Although a small number of positive comments appear online, they carry identical wording and generic praise, which is typical of fabricated feedback written to mask negative publicity. Scammers often populate forums with such artificial comments to maintain an illusion of trustworthiness, but these efforts collapse quickly once a more detailed analysis is performed. Technical examination of the domain reveals further red flags. The registration is anonymous, owner data is masked, and the site is hosted through offshore servers. The certificate was issued automatically, and no official connection exists to any genuine financial organization. These elements match the operational model of short-lived investment scams: launch the site, gather deposits, disable withdrawals, and eventually shut the domain down before restarting the scheme under a new name. Taken together, all indicators point in one direction. The platform lacks regulation, has no verified address, uses vague sales language, ignores legal transparency, creates obstacles for withdrawals, and pressures clients into repeating deposits while avoiding any mention of accountability. This is not the behavior of a licensed broker. It is the blueprint of an investment scam. Any funds sent to such a platform are exposed to an immediate and substantial risk of loss. The safest course of action for anyone who has encountered TopStormGain is to avoid registration and never transfer money. If funds were already sent, it is essential to stop all further payments and contact a bank or recovery specialist to initiate a chargeback process whenever possible. No user should share personal documents or comply with demands for additional fees, as these requests are attempts to extract even more money from victims. A legitimate broker does not require such payments and never restricts withdrawals to force the user into further deposits. The key principle remains unchanged. A real license is not a decorative element on a website, but an official entry in a regulatory registry. By verifying this information in advance, investors protect themselves from significant losses and avoid falling into schemes disguised as modern financial platforms.